Hello, book lovers. Welcome to another episode of Books, Blessings, and Business. I'm your host, Kim Oglesby, and I am so excited to have you here tonight. Tonight is going to be a little different from our regular episodes. Join us as we explore the magic of books, the blessings that enrich our lives, and the strategies that fuel thriving businesses. Together, let's navigate a journey where stories, blessings, and business wisdom converge. Welcome to the podcast where literature meets blessings and business flourish. Tonight we will have an awesome author from the Chi-Town area. His name is R.R. Hutchinson, and he wrote the book Lover's Quarrel. Lover's Quarrel is an exciting love story that takes your breath away. He will tell us about his exciting character called Nate Jones. Nate is a man who will risk his life and limb to find love. I hope you enjoy, and definitely I cannot wait till you hear this story. All right, ready to go? Oh, but wait a minute. You know what we have to do? We have to pull a book off the shelf. And this week we have The Innocence of a Guilty Victim, written by Angel Gaddis. This book is truly one of my favorites that I read through this summer. Angel book was about a girl who felt sorry for herself. She was looking for a way out and fell into a deep addiction that left her blindsided. But you know what she did? She built her personal relationship with God, where she discovered all the beauty she possessed inside. And through this book, she wants to help you do the same. So listen up to Angel as she talks about her new book, and she's a new author as well, so definitely support.
My name is Angel Gaddis, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a debut author who is committed to uplifting women by telling my story of how I turned my pain into purpose. Through my life lessons, I wrote my book to give women an outlet who have lost hope. I've always had a passion for helping people, and the most rewarding part is making a difference in this world. When I'm not speaking or writing, I enjoy singing, dancing, cooking, and being a mother. If you would like to connect with me, you can do so on Facebook at Angel Gaddis, Instagram at Angel Gaddis, and my email is itsbroken2024@gmail.com. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Hello, my name is Monica Williams, and I am the host of Books, Blessings, and Business, along with host Kim Oglesby. Thank you all for tuning in. We are going to welcome R.R. Hutchinson to the platform. R.R. Hutchinson is a hungry and prolific writer known for his captivating storytelling and profound insights into the human condition. Born in Chicago, R.R. Hutchinson developed a passion for literature at an early age, nurturing a lifelong love affair with the written word. From his formative years, it was evident that R.R. Hutchinson possessed an extraordinary imagination and an innate talent for crafting compelling narratives. He would spend countless hours engrossed in books, absorbing the works of literary giants who would later influence his writing style, such as R.L. Stein and Walter Mosley. Let's welcome R.R. Hutchinson.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Hutchinson, talk to us about this book. Where did
So,
you?
so the name of the book is called The Lover's Quarrel, and it essentially starts. It begins with a young man named Nate Jones who wants to find a romantic relationship. Um, he's often ostracized due to his height, being a shorter brother, as opposed to being, that 6 feet qualification that a lot of women like to have. So, but Nate is a resilient guy. So he's persistent, he's resilient. So he doesn't want to give up on his goal of finding love. But along that journey, along the way, he discovers that not everybody has his best interests at heart, and he encounters a lot of obstacles and a lot of stumbling blocks. His journey takes him onto the other side of the world in his pursuit to find love. And it's an enthralling story. It's definitely a captivating story, entertaining story. But I definitely believe that a lot of people get a lot of lessons out the story as well.
Hmm. So when did you start like formulating the book concept?
So it's actually our as actually during the pandemic is when I spent a lot of time focusing on the writing due to had the world basically shut down. Everybody had so much idle time on their hands during the lockdown. I spent a lot of time figuring out, okay, what is it I want to do? So I've always looked at writing as a form of a self-expression, and that kind of was the building blocks to get me to write The Lover's Quarrel and share my story with the world.
Hmm. And where did you get the title from, and why did you come up with this title?
So it was just it really wasn't. I was kind of thinking I wanted the book to be centered around relationships or be centered around a kind of a romantic type of story, and it just kind of came to me. It wasn't. I didn't see the movie. I didn't see the name on TV. I didn't read something in a magazine or see something on the internet on social media. It was just an intuitive feeling, and I thought The Lover's Quarrel was the most appropriate title for the name of the book.
So did some of this writing, did it come from a love story from you? Your
Yeah,
personal love story?
so some of it is my own personal experiences that I've been through. A lot of
Okay.
it is my own creativity and imagination, and just some of the things I've observed in life when around the concept of relationships and some of the things that we go through as men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of the concept, and that was kind of the brain trust in creating the Lover's Quarrel.
So do you think that this book, The Lover's Quarrel, will bring lovers together, bring relationships together, fix relationships, change relationships, empower
Um,
them?
it'll definitely I think it's more for it'll definitely empower the individual. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it's a story of persistence, and you hear those stories about people, not men and women, who want a certain type of individual or want a certain type of relationship. And this book can give them that extra motivation, that extra push to keep on going and pursuing that relationship. In terms of people that is already in relationships, it definitely puts things in perspective on gives you insights on like how to stay together, what not to do in relationships, so you don't end up breaking up or falling out of favor with the other person. But I definitely it's a story that everybody can relate to because everyone has been a Nate or has been someone else in the book at one point in time in their life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with this book is more fiction based or
So yeah, so the concept is fiction. It's an urban fiction book, but it takes a
Mhm.
lot of points and ideas from actual reality.
So when I think about if I was writing this book, it would probably be based off of everything that I would want my relationship to be, how I want it to look. I would base it off of how I want the person to find me, where I would want to be when they find me, how I would want our life to just, I don't know, go off into the sunset. Like I would be really in my own head if I had to write a book about the
Mhm.
lover's quarrel. So, how much in your head was you literally about yourself and how you would want to be the man in a relationship, or how you would want to be, I guess, or how you want to pursue a person in a relationship?
So in terms of being inside my head, definitely the beginning of the story is definitely a brainchild of my own, some of my personal experiences and some of my own concepts that I've experienced throughout my life. And as I wrote the story, some of ideas came to me. I did hit a writer's block,
Hmm.
which was frustrating, but it's natural. And the best thing for me was to kind of step away from the story and just kind of let the idea simmer. And then once as I continued to write, the ideas start popping like popcorn. They just start coming up, and
Mm.
I continue to finish the story and even add a lot of detail and nuance to the story where you can say, oh man, that was it was like a roller coaster. You go all the way up to the top and you come down just to go back up and then kind of ease your way out to the finish line.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool. So I know you are a writer, but what else are you up to? I know you're a busy person, so tell us a little bit about
So
what
we
else you got
so
going
I
on.
so we also have I'm a co-founder of a publishing company. The name of the publishing company is Light Bright Publication LLC. Started here in Chicago with me and my best friend and business partner. Shout out to Ezzy. Um, we started it January of 2023, and the whole concept and idea was that instead of self-publishing, which there's nothing wrong with self-publishing, but after doing some research and after looking into this venture, this idea we call publishing, I found out that when people self-publish, it tend to look at as less than kind of like a redheaded stepchild in
Mm-hmm.
terms of the eyes of the general public, as opposed to getting your book published by a publisher. It gives it that more prestige and credibility. So the whole concept behind creating the publishing company was I wanted to control my intellectual property. I wanted to give my book an extra boost of prestige and credibility, and I want to publish books for other people. And that has really been the big stepping stone is publishing books for other people. We actually have a couple of books coming out right now. We have a book for a former incarcerated gang member, one of the Black P Stones, a famous gang here in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
who was a gang member during the 1960s. He's doing an autobiography telling his story. So he was locked in with some big time Chicago gangsters like Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, and Mickey Caldwell. So he was in the thick of it during the 1960s. So
Mm-hmm.
he telling a story about him, what led him down that path, him being locked up in Illinois State Prison for 47 years, and his story of redemption coming out. We have a couple of children's books coming down the pipeline, and we also
Wow.
have a few finance books coming down the pipeline. So we're very excited about what we're doing here at Lightbright.
So
Wow.
do you think those authors did you have to like coast them into it, or are they open to it? Because the industry is saturated, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time people need to tell their story. So how is that working out for you and your team?
Well, in terms of getting all the authors, or
Getting other authors and convincing them to tell that story, because some people are reluctant.
so so what I'm finding out is that people want to tell their story. They just
Mm-hmm.
don't know the proper channels, the proper means of doing that. Like
Right.
what I found out is that a lot of people are self-publishing just to release the book, but they prefer to go to a publishing company. But if they go to a Merriam-Webster or a Penguin House or a New World Press, those are the big time publishers. You may not fit their quote unquote style or or their
Mm-hmm.
what they're looking for. And that
Right.
was the concept of Light Bright, because our motto is we bring dreams to reality. We want to assist unrecognized authors in bringing their dreams to reality. That's why we created Light Bright. It's not for us. It's for the unrecognized author, the person that wants to tell this story, but may not get picked up by the big publishing house.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves an enormous an opportunity for us, because
Right.
there's so many people that's writing who may be rejected by the big publishing houses. So that leaves us with all that talent and all that unseen,
Mm.
unrecognized talent to
Right.
produce books for the public.
Right.
Wow.
So a person that's looking to, they have everything, they have a draft, and they're ready to go. What do they need to do to get appointment with you, or what do they need to bring to the table?
So we kind of so well, the easiest thing is to get in contact with us. You can call us at 872-228-7713, or even better, you can email us at info at lbpublication.com. If you email us and tell us you're interested in the book, sometimes they may not come with it. They may not come with a manuscript. Sometimes they already have a manuscript and they're ready to go. Each person is coming at a different stage. We have three main branches of the public. We do the publishing, we do the editing, we create your book cover, and we do the copyright for your book, so it's protected as well.
Mm. Nice. Speaking of that, that's what made me catch that what caught my eye, your book cover. I was
Mhm.
like, it is amazing. So was that something that created in-house as well?
So actually, when I actually went, I outsourced it to
Oh, okay.
someone else, and they created the book cover. But moving forward, we have our in-house design person, and he's going to be creating all the book covers from this point moving forward.
So tell us what you have coming up next. Something exciting. I don't want to spoil.
So March 30th here in Chicago, we're going to have the Lovers Quarrel book signing jamboree. It's going to take place on
Mm.
March 30th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Bronzeville Incubator. That's 5055 South Prairie Avenue. That's March 30th, 1 to 4 p.m. at 5055 South Prairie Avenue. Have a chance to meet me. You have a chance to meet my team. You have a chance to learn more about Library. You're gonna get your book signed by me if you purchase the book there, or if you have one, you come get it signed by me as well. And we have a special treat. We're actually gonna talk to Charles Smith, our first client who's writing Stone Love, the book about the incarcerated gang member. He's actually gonna
Oh,
come and talk
awesome.
about his book as well. So
Nice.
we're very excited to have him come and speak about his book and the process.
Okay, so my question is, you talked about Nate. Nate seems like an awesome guy in the book. I read through it. Is it something else coming for Nate?
One more time, I can hear you.
Quarrel? Is it another book? Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, I'm writing the second book.
Okay.
It's not a sequel to the Love of Squirrel. Uh,
Oh.
I'll give I'll give you nope. We're actually writing the second book. I'll
Okay.
give you the name of it. It's called Lovers versus Rivals. So
Oh wow.
that I'm in that book is in production right now as we speak, and I'm even more excited about this one.
Okay. Okay. Well, I cannot wait. Monica, you have any other questions?
Yeah. So tell me the name of that book again that's coming out.
So the book down the pipeline is called Lovers versus Rivals.
That's what
I'll
I
be
had.
releasing that's what I'll be releasing more information on social media. You can definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Light Bright Publishing Publications LLC. You can we'll be releasing more information. Oh, and then there's one last thing I do want to say. So we do have this portion of the company where we call unsung heroes, where we
Mm.
want to interview people in the community or just people in general who is that unsung hero, that business owner who owns this uh, um, his business for 30 years, that person who wrote their first book, that person who could, got that doctorate degree. We want to give a light and a shine to new to those unsung heroes, the people that wouldn't get that shine normally. We want to give them a spotlight where they can kind of talk about the process and the hard work they went through. We've actually just interviewed a fellow author, Danielle
Mm.
Marnetta. We just interviewed her yesterday.
Wow.
Okay.
That's awesome because you hear about unsung heroes, but most of those people are like they are, movie stars or
Mm-hmm.
big famous people, but like
Mm-hmm.
you said, people such as you and I and Kim and just regular ordinary people who have struggled through life to get to where we are now. Those stories are not being shared or being told. I mean, of course we tell them to our family and to our friends, but to
Right.
have a platform like unsung heroes to be able to share our life's journey and the struggles. I always say from trauma to triumph, to
Right.
be able
Right.
to have
Right.
a platform to share those type of stories. That's awesome and that's amazing. Thank you for all that you all are doing. It's something that's needed, and to be able to allow any and everybody an opportunity to to have a space in
Mm-hmm.
your organization. So that is awesome. I would like for you to, what would you say to a new writer with a passion for literature such as yourself? I see that you started at an early age. First of all, I
Mm-hmm.
would like to know how early, because you're talking about a lifelong love affair story. So how early, did this start for you?
So I've always, ever since my early 20s, I've always enjoyed reading, and that love of reading has evolved into writing. So I would definitely say that my early to mid 20s is when I kind of started the process. I'm fortunate that one of my mentors owns a bookstore. And
Mm.
like I say, big shout out to Underground Bookstore. Big shout out to Brother Yoel at 1727 East 87th Street. That he was the catalyst of getting me on that path of, joy of literature, and it transformed into a joy of writing. It's kind of like that little push to the deep end.
Hmm.
So I definitely want to give a big shout out to him.
Well, thank you very much. And again, just what would you say to a new writer, a young writer,
So
with that
it
same
sounds
passion?
cliche.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds cliche, but just start writing. Sometimes we overthink the process of just writing a book or just writing anything or just doing anything. The easiest way is just to start. Just start doing it. Sometimes you may start and may only get to one page in one chapter, but if you stick with it, you keep going. You'll look back and say, "Man, I created this amazing story because I stuck with it."
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
just start writing and don't and just let the creativity flow. You're gonna hit a writer's block. It happens to the best of us, and the
Mm-hmm.
best thing to do with that is just kind of step back, let it simmer a little bit, and then dive right back in.
Okay.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out to be on this platform. We appreciate everything that you shared with us. Thank you for telling the listeners how to get in contact with you, how to follow you. We appreciate you. Again, just thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
And,
having me.
and Chicago better watch out. You about to take over there.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You better watch
Oh my
out.
gosh.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Yes. It needs that. Right?
That's
So,
right.
Oh my goodness.
well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. It was really amazing talking with R. Hutchinson and his book, Lover's Quarrel. That book takes you on a journey across the oceans and actually, the whole journey of him, Nate, his character, finding love in a new world. And he had to go through some obstacles to figure it out. But it was worth the journey, and I hope everyone picks up the book and support R. Hutchinson in his journey in being a writer and a publisher. And also, he is also looking to help other authors with tell their story. So that's really, really exciting to see people actually reaching out to help others after they have actually took this journey on their own. But also, Angel found love in her relationship with God and herself, and she is sharing her journey. It is such a brave thing to share your life story with the world, because basically that's what she did once she put her book out there. But she shared this gift with us, and I hope you pick up her book. And her book is The Innocence of a Guilty Victim. Both are on Amazon. R. Hutchinson, he told you about his website. Visit there as well. So please go out and support these authors. They're both awesome books. As always, remain blessed and toodles.